Oh shit!
Whoa! No!
While most people who experience paranormal events are left emotionally shaken, sometimes for life, the child in this next video reacted in an unexpectedly composed way. Although clearly startled at first and needing a moment outside to catch his breath, he stayed remarkably calm during a situation that would leave most adults frozen in fear. But before you think you'd have handled it just as well, wait until you see what was actually captured on camera, because odds are you'd have run for your life. What makes this ghostly encounter so chilling is the quiet intensity of it.
Besitos. Bueno, hola jugadores, hoy estamos aquí en otro video. Como saben, yo soy Will Gamer. Estoy esperando a Brian Gamer en su casa. Mierda, se movió la caja. Me estoy asustando. Puta madre. La pala ahora. La caja estaba más acá y la pala se cayó allá. Puta madre. Ahora espero que no se mueva la bicicleta. No, se mueve la bicicleta. No, se mueve. No, se mueve. La caja de vuelta. No. Me estoy asustando, en serio. La puerta, vamos a cerrarla porque si no se va a enojar mucho Brian Gamer. Vamos a dejarla ahí. Vamos a dejarla ahí. Puta madre. Aquí termina el video, nos vemos en el próximo video. Y vamos a esperar a Brian. Adiós. Y cuando llegue le voy a contar. Bueno, ahora sí. Adiós. La lluvia.
While alone in the room, the boy's bicycle suddenly began to move on its own, followed by items falling from shelves with no visible cause. Despite the escalating poltergeist activity, the child didn't panic. Instead, he quickly exited the house, locked the door behind him, and went straight to his grandmother's to call his parents. Thankfully, his family, who already believed in the supernatural, never questioned his story. They told him he did exactly the right thing. And while many of the clips we cover end in fear and uncertainty, this rare encounter may be one of the few with a calm, if unsettling, conclusion. Just 2 weeks ago, a security camera outside a home in Colombia captured something truly unexplainable. Around 7:00 p.m. a man was casually returning home from work. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But what the footage reveals has left the entire neighborhood shaken. Watch closely. Out of nowhere, a strange force seems to strike the man, knocking him out cold. Moments later, 2 passersby notice him lying on the ground and rush to help. Accompanying them is a dog that oddly darts off in the exact direction where the mysterious orb-like figure had appeared, almost as if it sensed something unseen. The man was rushed to the hospital and required 24 stitches. Thankfully, he's okay, but disturbingly, he has no memory of what happened that night. Whether it was from shock or something else entirely, he can't recall a thing. So far, no one has come forward with a solid explanation. Was it paranormal? Was it something else entirely? The truth behind this bizarre encounter remains a mystery. A father and his young son were relaxing in the living room, waiting for the boy's mother to return home, when something truly unsettling occurred. The little boy, Bentley, had started banging on some pots and pans like a drum set, and his father, Walter, began recording the adorable moment, planning to send it to his wife, something she'd no doubt proudly post on Facebook. But what the camera ended up capturing was far from cute. In the background, the door suddenly opens by itself, and a children's item sitting in front of it mysteriously topples over.
Whoa!
The eerie part? Walter and Bentley were the only ones home at the time. There was simply no explanation for how it could have happened, unless something unseen was there with them. Shaken by the incident, the family has since begun the process of spiritually cleansing their home, hoping to rid it of whatever might be lurking just out of sight. Brian, a man living in Belgium, never gave much thought to ghosts or the paranormal. Like many skeptics, he brushed it all off as nonsense until something happened that completely shattered his disbelief. For several days in a row, his window would mysteriously open and close on its own. There was no wind, no draft, and no one nearby. The strange occurrences began to wear on his nerves, and determined to find a logical explanation, Brian set up a camera in his room, hoping to catch the phenomenon on film. But instead of the window, the camera captured something far more disturbing.
There are some weird noises coming from my window. The last few days my window's open by itself. I don't know what's the problem, so... Oh my god. My god. Oh my god, what the f***? What the f***? Oh shit!
In the quiet corner of the room, a book resting neatly on a shelf slowly slid forward, pushed by what appeared to be an invisible force, before it suddenly fell to the floor with a loud thud. Brian was left stunned. Thankfully, the entire incident was caught on video, or no one would have believed what he witnessed. The eerie footage soon went viral, stirring both fear and fascination online. And now, with the activity showing no signs of stopping, it wouldn't be surprising if Brian finds himself diving into ghost hunting, because whatever's in that house clearly has no plans of leaving. A man named Taylor had always dismissed his girlfriend's claims that her house was haunted. She lived alone and often told him about the unsettling sound of footsteps coming from upstairs, even when no one else was home. Taylor brushed it off, believing it was nothing more than old floorboards creaking under the weight of time. But one night, everything changed. His girlfriend was still at work, and Taylor found himself alone in the house. That's when he heard it, clear, deliberate footsteps coming from the floor above. Still skeptical, he pulled out his phone and began recording.
My front camera is smashed, but I'm here at my girlfriend's house by myself. She always says it's haunted because it sounds like somebody is walking around upstairs. I've never heard it until now. I always say it's not haunted because the house is a little old. But it legit sounds like there's somebody upstairs. I will swing on a ghost, or if it's a person, I don't care. Who's up there? Oh my god, they're like at the top of the stairs. Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
As he slowly moved halfway up the staircase, the sounds grew louder, pacing, then suddenly, the sound of footsteps rushing toward him. In a split second of fear and instinct, Taylor threw a punch into the empty air in front of him, convinced something or someone was coming down the stairs. Since that night, both Taylor and his girlfriend have reported hearing even more strange noises throughout the house. But they haven't shared any further updates, leaving viewers to wonder what exactly is hiding upstairs. Let me know what you think. Is it just old wood and paranoia, or is something truly haunting their home? This unsettling video was recorded by a security camera placed inside a young girl's bedroom, meant only to monitor her during the night. It was around 3 a.m., well past her bedtime, yet she wasn't asleep. Instead, she suddenly bolted from her room in a panic, trembling as she rushed to her father's bedroom. She told him something was on the ceiling, something that had terrified her. Assuming it was just a bug, her father gently walked her back to bed, checked the ceiling, found nothing, and reassured her. But when he reviewed the footage the next morning, what he saw left him horrified. The video shows the bedroom lights flickering on and off, and you can clearly hear the sound of the light switch being flipped in perfect sync with the flickering, as if someone were standing there playing with it. But both daughters were asleep, and so were the parents in their room. Even more disturbing, the girl is seen waking up and staring toward the ceiling, exactly where she claimed she saw something. Realizing that his daughter may have truly seen something terrifying, her father began to grow increasingly worried. Over the next few days, more strange events would occur throughout the house, prompting him to rearrange the girls' beds in hopes of making them feel safer. But that didn't seem to stop whatever was happening. On another night, while his younger daughter was sound asleep, the camera captured something chilling. A glowing orb can be seen slowly drifting across the room before vanishing out of frame. Moments later, 3 distinct knocking sounds can be heard, often considered a dark omen in paranormal lore. The next night, more strange noises echoed through the home. Then, yet another disturbing incident. The oldest daughter woke up in fear, claiming she felt something touch her foot. If you watch closely, you can see her jolt awake, pulling her foot back in shock. Confused, she sits up and looks around, thinking it might have been the family dog, but the room is completely empty. Terrified and desperate for answers, the father decided to upload the footage online, hoping someone might help explain what was going on. But until more updates emerge, this terrifying mystery remains unsolved.